Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again where I review your gameplay and I give you guys my tips and tricks on what you can do better and how you can improve. So this is a series that is solely for the Turbo Nation community. So if you're not subscribed yet and you want me to review your gameplay, hit the subscribe button right now. Join Turbo Nation. Make it official today. Follow me on Twitter at @RealTurboMan. And the first thing that you will see is this pinned tweet right here on my Twitter profile. And all you got to do is just reply to it with your YouTube link that will show me your gameplay. So I am doing these in the order that I do receive them. Let's go ahead and get this first gameplay started. And by the way, before we do anything, make sure to leave a comment down below as you're watching these videos, because the people who I am reviewing right now will be reading through these comments, and just give them your advice for things that I have missed throughout the game. So if you guys want me to keep doing these, then drop a like on this video. Let's hit a like goal of, I don't know, 350 likes. Then we will continue this series. All right, so this is Arbiter's gameplay. We are starting on Satellite. So the first thing he's looking to do is obviously to get to the top of the hill here, which is actually a really good move. You want to establish position as quick as you possibly can. It's all about power positions. That was a great little grenade throw, because that's where you're anticipating the enemies to go. His teammate died right in front of him, so he's focused right here in front of him. He pushes up forward. That was a great aggressive kill. And notice how he's pre-aiming before he goes into a new area. And unfortunately, he died. He got shot right behind him. So I think I did see somebody pinging on the minimap before he pushed up. So right here at this moment, you do see somebody pinging right here, and he is probably using the assassin perk, because with the assassin perk, it allows you to see, you know, who goes on a streak on the enemy team, and it pops up momentarily like that. So, you know, there were a couple of variations of how this could have went, because obviously he wants to pursue the guy that's right in front of him, but also you have to make sure that you are clear for being able to engage into another gunfight without having to worry about somebody to shoot you from the side. So in this situation, something he probably could have done was prioritize the guy with the assassin, the guy that was on a streak right here to his left, rather than pushing forward and trying to pursue the guy that's right in front of him, because obviously he's going to kill him if he gets caught. And another thing too that I noticed is, you know, I don't think he's using a suppressor. So, you know, when you're firing your weapon, enemies are going to see you, and obviously that's how he got shot from the back. And I believe the enemy, it looked like he got like a little collat there. I can't really tell. It's a little too blurry, so I apologize for that. So now that the spawns have flipped, so he got 2 free easy kills there. And judging by the minimap, it looks like the opponents are coming in from the opposite side. Caught one random here, sticking around. So the first thing that I would do in this situation is push back to the middle of the map and try to hold that area, because Satellite is one of those maps where if you just venture off in random spots, you are going to get sniped. And especially on the outskirts of the map, you know, usually I tell people to go to the outskirts of the map and stick to the outside looking in. But in this case, in this map, it's a little different. You don't really want to do that too much, because you could get, you know, picked off by snipers. So that situation, the enemy just had a better positioning. All he was literally doing was just waiting for Arbiter to walk around that corner. He was ADSing, and he got the kill. You know, sometimes it's as simple as that. It's just really positioning that gives the enemies the advantage. And, you know, maybe if you're lucky, if your reaction time is on point and your aim is on point, you could potentially win that gunfight, because of how, you know, the time to kill in this game is not as fast. All right, so he's throwing a grenade over there. Okay, so he's still pinging on the minimap. You know, when I'm watching these gameplays, I'm always looking at the minimap as well, because that's what you should also be doing when you're playing the game. Obviously, not all the time, because you want to see what's going on in front of you, but, you know, just get used to doing a quick glance every now and then, because, you know, sometimes you might see somebody that you could have missed. All right, so judging by where his teammates are, and the UAV obviously is giving us information of where the opponents are. There's actually somebody right behind him. So if I was him, I'd be ADSing down here, and also at the same time keep an eye on that minimap just to make sure we don't get flanked. So here's a good spot. Okay, take cover. He stim shots. He's gonna go around for a different angle, which is smart. Good move. That's a great little choke point right there, because it's basically like a funnel where enemies are gonna be coming in from their spawn. So now it looks like he's looking to push and get aggressive. So, you know, I do like the idea of wanting to push a little bit more and attacking the enemies from a different angle. But at that point, when you cross a certain line, you will start to notice that, you know, the enemies are going to be around you, and it's going to be a lot harder to maintain, take control of the situation. So that's basically just what happens. You have to, you know, on Satellite, there's really not much strategy involved other than just trying to hold down that position in the middle of the map. You could either look behind you or you can look in front of you. All you got to do is just rotate your body and you'll have a good view of where opponents might be coming. And that exactly clarifies what I was talking about, how sticking to the outskirts is not really a good idea on Satellite. So first objective, just get to the middle of the map. There you go, another example. You know, you got to get to that middle area as quick as possible, because when you think about it, the middle area has some really good cover. So that was a nice little flank right there coming off of the spawn. I would definitely try to push my way towards up ADS into new areas. That was great. I like the fact that he was about to drop right. Yep, they're onto him now. And that is exactly why putting on a suppressor could be useful, especially also again on a map like Satellite, because you're pretty much exposed. You don't really have too much cover, and the spawns flip very frequently. So if they see you firing your gun on the minimap, you're pretty much just going to get thrown off of your streak, and that's a wrap about that. So keep that in mind. You know, if you've never really been the type to want to use a suppressor, then do consider using it just to minimize the amount of deaths that you have. So this guy's popping up. He goes for the kill, and it's a risk. Again, it's a very huge risk. You have to be very quick and swift about what you want to do if you're going to go to the outskirts of the map. All right, so his team's got a very huge lead right now. So right now, he's just kind of waiting for the opponents to come to him. You know, unfortunately, this is probably the best way to play. But, you know, that's just the reality of it. Just stick to the middle of the map and pick them off as they come in from their spawn. All right, so here is where it could get a little dicey, is when you're pushing deep into their spawn right now. You know, we don't see what's going on in the minimap right now because they have the counter UAV. But doing this is very risky. Yes, you will get some kills and catch them by surprise, but sometimes you don't know for sure where the enemies are going to be at when you're just running in through the spawn. So now this might have forced the spawns to flip. So now he's got to run all the way to the other side and try to control the situation. So now from here, pre-aim. There you go. Heal up. Back up a little bit. Wait for the enemy to push you. That enemy probably wants to push you. There you go. Yeah, I would just avoid trying to go for that guy. You know, you're using an AK-47. You can barely see the guy from across the map. So it's just better to put yourself in positions that will allow you to win more gunfights. So that would be just letting the opponent come to you. Let's get rid of that field mic. There you go. And that was just kind of unavoidable. I think that was just like a lucky grenade kill right there. So I'm not really pausing too much because on a map like Satellite, there isn't really much to explain other than the positioning. So it looks like he does hear somebody approaching. He's looking for him. You might get sniped here again, see? I honestly didn't even know that you could get that far out into the map. Those sand dunes. You know, that's not a good idea to keep going out there. So you're just going to keep putting yourself at a disadvantage, and there's another example right there. I would probably just avoid running in these areas, honestly. Especially since you're not using a suppressor. You're kind of putting yourself in a situation where you don't know where you're going to get shot from. So now he has a war machine. I would definitely use it now. There's 9 kills left to go in the game. His teammates are dying all around him to the left here. So maybe just being more aware of your minimap. I think that's something that he could improve on. Just practice looking at the minimap. There you go. Teammate just died right behind him. There's a guy to his right. So he barely just gets him with the war machine. So he's in pursuit of this guy right here. But yeah, going back to that previous sequence, it just seems like, you know, I like the way this guy plays. You know, he has definitely some upside to his game. But let's just rewind it here, just for the sake of just showing some mistake that was made here. So if you look at his minimap right here, just watch. Teammate dies, okay? So instead of just investigating what happened, you know, he did look momentarily to the right, but he just proceeded to go forward. He should have kept his attention in that direction because that is clearly where the shots were coming from. His teammate died. So you have to learn how to make that connection or just be more hyper aware of what's going on in your minimap. And then there you go. You were being shot. And because he had the war machine, that's how he was able to win the gunfight. So, all in all, not too bad of a gameplay. I do believe that there is, quite a bit of room for improvement, but overall, he did pretty nice with his decision making. He did all the things like pre-aiming around corners, and there were also some instances where he played a little too aggressive and pushed the spawns, which led to his deaths. So, sometimes you have to recognize the kind of map that you're on and what kind of playstyle works best. And, Satellite is a good example of a map where it's not really advised to stick to the outskirts because of how wide open the area is and how many people love using snipers. Unless you're using a sniper yourself, then that's when it could be beneficial. Obviously, you could pick people off a lot easier. But you were using an AK-47, it was unsilenced, so obviously your position is being given away constantly when you use your weapon. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. Thank you so much for submitting your video, Arbiter. I hope you did find this video helpful in some way, shape, or form. If you guys are watching this video, make sure to leave your comments down below on what he could do to improve his game. And yeah, if you want me to review your gameplay, remember, follow me on Twitter, link down below in the description, and just post a YouTube link to your gameplay, unedited. We want the raw and honest gameplay of you maybe struggling in a game and you want to learn how you can do better in those situations, because I'm not going to review something that's like a nuke or you get on a high streak or something like that. It's mostly the mistakes that we usually learn best from, is just knowing not to do those things again, and it will in turn give us a better gameplay as a result. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're brand new around here, join Turbo Nation today, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Let's go, baby. Yo, what's going on, guys? If you guys are trying to stay connected with me, drop me a follow on Twitter at RealTurboman right here. Also, if you're on Instagram, I'm also on Instagram as well. Hit me up at RealTurboman_. And lastly, I am on Twitch if you want to catch me live, twitch.tv/TurbomanTTV. Let's get it, baby.